To get to your carburetor, you remove your filter cover, then remove your air filter. Remove 4 bolts right there, and of course they're different sizes. So we got one that is 5/16, and then the other one's 9/32. So for those two, got those off, and you've seen how dirty this thing is. So the 4 bolts right there, we're just gonna wiggle this off here. It is going to be attached to a breather hose, which is this hole up here at the top. So you can just kind of pull that right off, straight off like that. So here is your carb. We're going to take this off. Now look, you can see how dirty it is under here also. So on these are the plastic carburetors, and how you remove these. So we have a gas line that you pinch and take the gas line off, and then the carburetor, actually it's already unmounted from the bolts. There's no bolts going all the way through it to the engine block. So you just take this and pull it straight out, and then there'll be some linkage up there. Now to get to the linkage a little better, you can remove this cover right here. That'll give you a little better angle to get to that linkage, and that just comes off. There's 3 screws right there, and that just lifts up. There's nothing, no springs or anything that'll go boing, so you don't have to worry about that. We've got the 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3 there. It's taken off, and you can see how dirty this is. So we are going to try to clean some of this up so none of that gunk will fall down into the chamber. So once again, we're just going to, this will just slide right off. So here is your clip underneath all that gunk. I just moved it backwards, and we are going to just take this fuel line off. You just rock it back and forth, it'll come off. So we just rocked that off, got that off. So you only have one linkage to worry about here. We've got this disconnected. I took that right off from the gas tank itself. And then we are going to just pull this. This comes straight out. Pull that straight out. Turn this, and that linkage will come right out. Just like that. And there's your carb. So let's go get this cleaned up. So here is your carburetor. I just kind of washed it off a little bit. These plastic carbs, they do have a drain in them. So right here, this is your drain, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to get that out. So, and these just pull off real simple. What you're going to do is you're just going to take both of these off right there. Take those 2 screws out of the bottom. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver, and you're just going to pry up on this ever so gentle, just like that. See, it's already coming off. So just put that in there and pry up on it, and then this will come right off. So there's what we have inside. Still some fuel inside there. You can see how yellow it is. So it's old stuff. Now the next thing that has to come out is this, and you can do the same thing. This will pry up on this ever so gentle. So once you pry up on this just a little bit, it will pop right out just like that. And then this would be what's considered like your emotion tube or a jet. and that's what we got to clean. All this pretty much is plastic, so it's pretty clean. It stays pretty clean. But this right here is your main culprit, this jet. Now you can buy these. You can buy just this piece right here. It's about $6, and if you just buy that piece, pop in a new one, throw this one away. Or you can buy the whole carburetor. I've got them as cheap as $8.99 on eBay, or at the most they were $13, 10 to $13. And find what you do is you find one of the auctions that have a best offer, then make them a lower offer. That's how I got mine for $8.99. We're going to take some carburetor spray, just spray in all these little holes. That's what we're going to do. That's it. If you do take this off, don't worry about it, because it only goes in one way. And technically, this piece right here, so you can tell when you take yours off. This piece, the center piece, and this piece will actually come off if you want to take it off. I've taken it off once or twice just because that's what I do. So there we go. It's all nice and clean. So like I said, this will only go in one way. So if you go to put it in that way, you can tell it is not going in. And once you turn it around, and you just want to snap it in there, just push it in there really good, just like that. Now all the rest of this, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's good. I've never had a problem with anything else besides this emotion tube, or jet, if you want to refer to it as that. So even when you put your bowl back on there, it's foolproof, so you can see it will only go on one way. You snap it in there like that, put your screws back in there, and you're just going to put that, slide that right back on there. Hook up your gas line, and you should be ready to go. I'm going to show you how to hook your linkage back up and push this back in there. So we only had one to work with. We are just going to maneuver that in there like so. This here is going to line up right there, and we're just going to push that right back on, just like that. Easy peasy. You just clean the carburetor and put it back on. Now we have to fasten this back up, put our plate back on. So next you want to put your breather on there. So this hooks up right there. Just going to slide that on. And it's real nice and easy once you take this top thing off. And then that'll set right into place. So you'll know it's into place because you can't move it. Alright, we're going to put our bolts back in there. 4 screws back in it. Got our gas line back on. Just move that clip right over there, just like that. And we're going to put that top back on. So you just take your top and it'll go back right on. And then you got the 3 bolts that hold it on. So pretty easy. Nothing too hard about it. Your cord goes back up there on your bar. Some gas in it. Just put a little bit in there. Try it out. Woohoo! Well, there we go.